Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? It's hump day. And oh goodness, I feel like it's hump day today. Let's go over and make sure everything's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Everything looks good over here. Then let's go over to YouTube. Let me like myself. Let me share the stream to the Twixverse and the Threadosphere. So as always, live exclamation point. We'll put in our so we have this over in the Twixverse. And then we'll go over to the Threadosphere here. And let's post that here. And there we go. So we got all that done. Let me make sure everything's closed. It needs to be closed. We have a poll. I like this Sherlock Holmes actor best. There are a bazillion of them. I picked ones that I thought if none of the ones that you like are on here, then pick the closest one. So many people have played Sherlock Holmes. Even Tom Baker from Doctor Who played Sherlock Holmes. So, um, it is what it is. So the actors I picked are Jeremy Brett, who was on the in America, he was on the Mystery or Public Broadcasting Station Mystery Sherlock Holmes series. We have Benedict Cumberbatch, who was on the series Sherlock, which was also I don't know if it was on PBS, but I do know that we um, I don't know what station they were out on. And then we have Johnny Lee Miller, who was on the American TV show Elementary, where he played a modern day Sherlock Holmes. And we have Basil Rathbone, who was in some of the older movies of Sherlock Holmes, which I really liked also. So this would be a very tough one for me because I will say I picked Sherlock Holmes actors that I liked. So here is our poll. So have fun with that. Um, okay, we have Snorterpoopus Cuber. Hello, humans and other critters. And Mrs. Dadman. Hello to you, Snorterpoopus. I hope you are doing well this morning. We have Sci-Fi Mombi. Good morning. Good morning to you. Tina the Naughty Dragon. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Pooh Bear, Sci-Fi, and Mrs. Dadman. Hello to you, Tina. We have some hellos. We have Dadman. Morning, Mrs. Love you. Have a great stream. Thank you. I love you too. Have a great day at work. We have some howdies. We have Siri Bot and Stream Elements over on Twitch. Some more howdies, more howdies. And yes, hump day it is. And I know the feeling. I really didn't want to climb out of the bear bed today. I had a terrible case of insomnia last night. I couldn't get to bed till 3 o'clock this morning. And then I had leg cramps in the middle of the night, and other stuff happened. So I had very, very disjointed sleep last night. And Snorted Poop is Jeremy Brett. Liked Lucy Liu much better than Miller. You got something, the female Watson. I'm a bit of a purist. I prefer home stories set in the 19th century, but I do like most of the Rathbone movies. Yes. I understand that. You I like that they've kinda taken the character and it's, thrown him into, modern more modern situations and still kept him as odd as he was. But yes, I know what you meant. Dad man, he says, "I uh, can't type." Trying to find the comment so I can correct it. Uh, oh, you got behind the yes, yeah, I gotcha. Okay, here we go. We have, theme park streamers, Children's Hospital of Orange County. If you'd like to help, them reach their 5,000 goal, they're only $99 away. Go to this site, either, um, support them financially, or if you already have, you can take that link, and if you could share it out, that would be wonderful. Also, I have a block party tomorrow at 1 p.m. The Bald Eagle is what we will be building. I am looking forward to that. And on next week, on Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to be building this Death Star trench run wall art. I was looking at it and I'm going, wow, there is a Mongo lot of small pieces. This is going to take me forever. So I think I'm going to do some work ahead, separate the, each step, the pieces, so that they'll be easy to find, and hopefully get this done in 2 days. So we'll see, we will see. So that's the stuff I have planned in the future, and, yeah. We have Tina the Naughty Dragon saying, "One of my favorite Sherlock Holmes movies is The 7% Solution." I will always say any version of the Hounds of the Baskervilles, I really like. I just like that story and everything. And Snorter Poopa's dad man can't type, he can't sing, he can't talk. He's a triple threat. Yes. Yes, a triple threat you are, dad man. Triple threat you are. It's not Yoda Day anymore. So I don't have to talk like him. Excuse me. They need to make a version of Sherlock Holmes with a polar bear, Bearlock Holmes. I bet you somewhere there is some animation that has Sherlock as a bear. I bet you there is. Oh, they have one where, it's called Sherlock Hound. It's an anime television Japanese anime, Italian and Japanese anime television series, based on the character Sherlock Holmes. Almost all the characters are depicted as anthropomorphic dogs. Hmm. So Sherlock Hound. Um, I guess the Great Mouse Detective kinda is like a Sherlock Holmes one. So, yeah. I was think that basically yep. So that yeah, looks like a dog and a mouse. Very interesting. I tell you, Bearlock would have been great. Okie dokie now. It's about 10 minutes into the show. 10:10 in my neck of the woods, which is the East Coast of the United States. And I think it is puzzle time, everybody. So here we go, puzzle time. You know, we have to put that here. We have to take this away. We have to take that away. So everything can be seen wonderfully, wonderfully, and it is. Okay, that doesn't change that any, so let's put that back. So we have the daily sequence, and I think we did audio yesterday, so we'll do adieu today. A-D-I-E, whoops, A-D-I-E. I am not sure how well my brain is gonna be working today, everybody. So we have a U and an E in this one, um, and they're not in the spots that they say. I made this rice with some chicken stock I made, and I had carrots and green beans and chicken and turkey in it, and, tomatoes, diced tomatoes. And, I cooked it, was it yesterday? The day before? I can't remember. Yesterday. No, the day before. Well, we're having our last bits of it for breakfast, and it's so good. It has absorbed the rice has absorbed all the, liquids, and it oh my gosh, it is so good. So, so good. Excuse me. It was supposed to be soup, but it, soaked it all in, so it I don't know what it is, but it's good. Let's try plume. Plume. The K, the U, and the E are there. There is an M. Let's try this word that will have the, other vowel in it. It was a mouse. Okay, we got our first word. We have an A that's in the first spot and then an L, which is not in the second. And it's Buy a Musical Instrument Day. This gives music fans and aspiring musicians alike the chance to strike a lyrical note. This occasion strikes a harmonious chord with many, encouraging the purchase of a new musical instrument. So, whether buying that first musical instrument or adding another one to the collection, it's time to get on the bandwagon. Today is a day that resonates with the young and young at heart, inviting everyone to make music a part of their lives. And you have to spend a fortune on a musical instrument. The hard part is learning it. And that was from daysoftheyear.com, one of the sources of my celebrations. The other two sources are nationaltoday.com and nationaldaycalendar.com. So let's see, we have an A. The L is not at the beginning. Oh, we could do a hole. I'm sorry, I know that's not a word. um, I was thinking apart, but it has to have an L in it. And it can't be alone because the L is not in that spot, and there's an L-O. I was thinking aloha, but that's not it. Does anybody have any ideas? A I can think of words, but they're not, don't have those letters. How about this word, everybody? Does anybody have a guess? Let's check out our poll real quick, and then I'll put my answer in. Let's see, what could the poll results be? Let's see. Looks like we have a three-way tie with Jeremy Brett, Johnny Lee Miller, and Basil Rathbone. We now have a four-way tie. 4 votes, 1 for each of them. So thank you guys for those votes. How many people do we have watching here? We have 6 people watching. We have let's look here. We have 6 likes. Yay! So, I don't know who that 4th vote was, but thank you so much for that. Let's see, what could this word be? I'm wondering if it is a glow. A glow. Not a glow. Ugh, but there is a L and an O. The L is not in the first or the second or third. The O is not in the second or fourth. What could this be? I really thought it would be a glow. So the, L is in the 3rd or 4th spot. What could that oh my goodness, I have no idea what this word is. None whatsoever. Everyone, I'm turning the fan on, just letting you know. So if you do hear, um, some extra noise in the background, that is what it is. So what could this word be? Um, a toll? It was atoll. Okay, this one has a P in the first, an O in the third, and an E at the end. Um, and let's do another celebration here. Uh, it is also Bitcoin Pizza Day, everybody. Bitcoin pizza. This day commemorates the first time cryptocurrency was used to buy products in the real world. Coincidentally, the first item that was bought with cryptocurrency was pizza. On May 22nd, 2010, Laszlo Hayek paid 10,000 bitcoins to have 2 Papa John pizzas delivered. 9 months after the purchase, the 2 pizzas were worth $10,000. Okay. Well, in the year whoops, the fan just blew a bunch of papers down. So let me pick these up real quick, just so that I don't step on them because that's what I tend to do. Kind of important papers. So let me see. Let me twist I'm getting all tangled up in my headset cord. Here we go. Let's go ahead and pick these up here. And we'll set them here and put a paperweight on top of them. So there. No, they won't blow away. Very good. 9 months after the purchase, the 2 pizzas were worth $10,000, while in the year 2015, the 2 pizzas were valued at a whopping $2.4 million. The Bitcoin price reached a high of $63,000 in 2021, making the 2 pizzas worth $630 million. Okay. If that makes them happy, I guess. So let's see. That is so funny. And that was from National Today. Does anybody have any idea what this word is? Has everyone gone to sleep? Can anyone hear me? Am I just chattering away to myself? The, there's been no comments in chat for 11 minutes. So I'm wondering, is my chat broken or is. Nope. Okay. Prose. Can't be prose because there's not an S. Good morning. Am I the only one who enjoyed Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes? The Old Man Cometh, I did like Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes, but I only had 4 spots, um, to, uh, to put in, and, I really wanted to get a couple of those in. If I put Robert Downey Jr. in, um, then I wouldn't have been able to put, some of the others in. So let's say we had the PR prone. Let's try prone. Prone. It wasn't prone. Let's look. Let's try. Oh, there could be two choices. Excuse me. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yes. Snorter Pooper says this. Excuse me. Um, that's okay, Dad, man. You can be focused. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't on mute or something. Yes, Snorter Poop is. I feel like sleeping myself. It's not broken, just cloaked. And hello, Max Redstone. You was promised something. I don't know. Your bit stream keeps going back 10 minutes because of building and buffering. So probe, where's Mr. A? Dadman asks. And he says hello to Max. So let's try probe. I'm thinking it might be another word, but let's see. But it was probed. I was thinking PROVE. Isn't that a word? I don't know now. This one has an E at the end and A not in the first spot, and that's all the letters that we have. Hmm. Hello, Sue B720. Good morning. Shofoatella. Oh, it's a pastry. Oh, how are you doing this morning? I hope you are well. Let's see. Today is also National Craft Distillery Day. National Craft Distillery Day adds spirits to the small batch revolution. Recognized Recognizing the diversity of distilled spirits, the industry followed in the footsteps of the craft brewers and began creating a market for themselves. So, making your own alcohol that's not beers. Hmm, very interesting. I've never heard of that. So interesting. National Craft Distillery Day. Uh, so it's not just beers anymore. Interesting. And that was from a National Day calendar. And Max Redson asked, did you eat my, however you say that, Schifolatella? Soda Poopus? And he says, I'm innocent. So what could this word be? Chafe? The old man came and said, I made my own whiskey once. It was a lot of work and it tasted awful. Sometimes, leave it to the professionals. If I that's my motto sometimes. So chafe, let's see if chafe is the word. Um, nope, but there is an H and there's an A in the third spot. Son of poopus, did you call it old overcoat? There's such an art to it. So let's see, what could this word be? Oh my gosh. You can make your own scotch by shoplifting? No. Oh my gosh. It is also National Solitaire Day. All that's needed to celebrate this day is a deck of cards, a computer, or a smartphone, and a little bit of time to waste. National Solitaire Day is here to show appreciation for this card game that allows individual loners and introverts alike to play a game of cards without even needing a partner. We got this book, 150 Ways to Play Solitaire or something. Had it, forever as it was at my grandma's house. I think we had one at our house. I love that book because it had different ways to play solitaire. One deck, two decks, sometimes even four decks. But now with the computer, they've made it so much easier to do. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I really enjoyed taking the cards and setting them out. Um, setting out the board and all that stuff. I really, really did. The old man chemist says to Snorter Poopas, "No, I called it used moldy tubber gloves." And Max Redstone says, "Kidnap a Scotsman and tell them to make stuff. Voila, Scotch." And the old man cometh, "My grandma taught me how to play solitaire." Yes, they even had a board where you can do like the regular, like I think it's called Klondike, and you could put the cards in where they stood up. It was really kind of like a slotted piece of foam. It was really fun. I think this word might be heave. Let's try heave. It was heave. Then we have a P, an L, and a U, and then a C. What could this word be? Let's see. We have, oh, this is an interesting one. We have National Boss Babe Day from National Today. National Boss Babe Day is when women, wait, National Boss Babe Day takes place on today. Women who wake up every day to face insurmountable odds, take a leap of faith, and manage to grab every opportunity by the horns. We see you. Boss babes see every obstacle as a tool for learning and growth. Most importantly, boss babes are not intimidated by the progress of their fellow women and lift others, setting an example as a true boss babe. So, yes, National Boss Babe Day. Hmm. Very interesting. So we have um, Max says smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. Don't tell me I got nothing to do. I like Captain Kangaroo. UCK. Let's try pluck. It was plunk, then we pluck, and then we have drink. And then we have all these letters, a T, an I, an A, an S, and an N. Can you guys all figure out what that word is for me? Our puzzle is, let's see, 8 votes with Basil Rathbone in the lead and all the others in second place with 8 votes. Thank you guys so much for that. It is World Goth Day. We've all seen them, those strange characters that wander our cities dressed as though they're on their way to a funeral or a punk rock show, or quite possibly both. Their very presence exudes a sort of darkness, steeped in the love of all things morbid, and a seemingly love affair with death. Their anthems come from the likes of Siouxsie and the Banshees, Typo Negative, and Bahas, bands who seem to be able to perfectly encompass all the things strange. World Goth Day encourages us to celebrate these fine fellows and maybe take a dip into their world ourselves. After all, while the light is lovely, can it not also be blinding? Very interesting. So, yes, World Goth Day today. And, did anybody figure out what this word was? It could be stain. I was thinking of a c whoops. I was thinking of a completely different word. It can't be stain because the T is right there. Oh, it's pronounced Susie and the Banshees? Sorry about that. How did I go? I need to look and see how it was, see how I misspelled. Oh, Susie. Oh, I'm such an idge. That this is so obvious. I'm so sorry for my throat, everybody. Soda Poopa says you can't call yourself a true goth unless you sacked Rome and founded kingdoms all over Europe. So it's this word is not stain. So let's try this word. Satin. Satin. It was satin. And then we have an F, an I, and a T. Then what would visiting many kingdoms make you? A Visigoth? Uh, hmm. Yes, I got you're a little bit behind. I did get satin. And Snortopoopas snuffles in amusement. The old man cometh, I'm Vlad the Impaler, the first Goth, LOL. Oh, I think I know what this word might be. I think I know what this word might be. And what other day can we do here? I was looking. Okay, we'll talk about why we are celebrating today. Um, why we're doing our poll today because it is Sherlock Holmes Day. It's an annual celebration marked on the birthday of its creator, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Um, it was on this day that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle came kicking into this world, baked vividly into our imagination as a premium detective archetype because of near constant portrayals by famous actors in pop culture. It is hard to believe that the novels debuted nearly 150 years ago. Sherlock Holmes is undoubtedly the most portrayed of all literary characters. Fans from all around the world gather to celebrate this international holiday, and it began in 2013. Very, very interesting. Sherlock Holmes Day. That's why we have our poll today. It's what, so does anybody have any idea what this word is? If you don't know, I'm going to tell you. I think it's this word. I think it's 50. Is it 50? It was 50. Then we have drawn, and then we have a D and a W. We don't know where to go. It can't be that one. So it must be widen, widen. Then we have cries, shack, DI. It could either be a GN, nope, DINGY, dingy, then an A, an R, and then there's a Y at the end. And Max Rose said the proper spelling is Fiddy, Fiddy. It's National Vanilla Pudding Day. This says, today we recognize National Pudding Day. Enjoy it with a delicious dish of cold, creamy vanilla pudding. The puddings we enjoy as desserts today are not what was commonly known as pudding in ancient dinner tables. Most medieval puddings were meat based and seasoned with herbs and spices. Even sweetened cooks usually served them hot. Towards the end of the 18th century, people more than likely made puddings from grains or day old bread with nuts. fruits, or meats. They use these puddings to stretch meals for a large family. The creamy pudding we are more familiar with today is related to a custard minus the eggs. Necessarily, necessity may be the mother of invention, but spouses who are chemists are the inventors. When you are Alfred Bird and your wife is allergic to eggs, this is very true. In 1837, Bird invented an egg free custard powder using flavored cornstarch. Mighty Fine, which is the name of the product, was produced the earliest packaged pudding in the United States in 1918. This and other puddings like them still required cooking on the stove. The instant version came along in the mid 1940s. On its own or as an ingredient in a larger recipe, pudding can be enjoyed in various flavors. I remember um, I remember my mom always made cornstarch pudding. Oh my gosh. That just brings back memories. So simple to make. And if we wanted chocolate pudding, cocoa powder was put in. But it was an easy way. I remember I remember going into the refrigerator and mom usually put like a plastic wrap over the top of the pudding so it wouldn't get that skin on it when it is cooling. But I love that pudding skin. I just so if I make it now, I don't put covers on it because I like that little layer on top. But yes, yes, I just oh, that wonderful memories of that cornstarch pudding. Inexpensive way to feed a lot of people. Array, someone said. Yes, Snortopoopas. And it was. We have Snortopoopas pudding by Max. The old man says blood pudding is good. I've never had blood pudding. And Max says, I think she's putting me on. And Snortopoopas says seal pudding. Yum, 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 yum. And Max says, mighty fine for children of the corn. Butterscotch pudding, the old man cometh, is good too. And Max says, putting on the Ritz. Yes, nor rice pudding. Oh, yes, we used to have a lot of rice pudding too. Tapioca pudding. I love tapioca pudding. My grand and those are from Snortopoopas. And the old man comes and says, my grandma made homemade banana pudding. Oh, yes, I love pudding. Stove. Then we have a C, an A, an E in the fourth, and then a D and a V. So, yeah, National Pudding Day. That was from nationaldaycalendar, .com. Then we have International Day of Biological Biological Diversity. Biodiversity is a simple word with some very broad-reaching implications. Biodiversity, when split in into its component parts, diversity defined as a range of different things, and bio means life. Quite simply, means a diversity of life. It has been shown that ecological niches with good biodiversity flourish and are healthy. The prevalence of monoculture farming in the world has led to some rather dramatic and drastic consequences. Unknown to most consumers, most of the world only consumes one type of banana, and that isn't the same kind that was being eaten only a few decades ago. Due to monoculture farming, an entire species of banana was wiped out by disease, leading to the cultivation of our present strain. Without biodiversity, we were currently set up for the same thing to happen all over again. So each year, a theme is selected to educate the world on the broad variety of topics that fall under the veil of biodiversity, from water and marine biodiversity to forest and sustainable development concerns. Yes, sometimes um, Max says unlimited rice pudding, etc., etc. And the old math comment has said caved, and I believe that is correct. And Tina says, rice pudding is great. And Max says, Cavendish me. And Red Max Bredson says potato blight. Yes, there we I'm just typing these words as we have them. Um, yes, there's a reason that things are together. I can't eat Reese when I was little. I The old man comes and says, "I can't eat rice when I was little. I ate lie it looked like shine." You ate something. It looked like shiny rice. I can't figure out that I can't figure that one part of that sentence. That's interesting that you couldn't eat rice. That's very, very interesting. Oh, and this biodiversity was from Days of the Years. We have let's see what else we have over on this one. Do we have anything else? We have ba ba do 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 National Maritime Day. La I a I love rice. I could eat rice every day. I could eat rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and dessert, and a snack. Yes, I could. So what could this word be? Whoops. Spits. Let's try spits. If you don't like the rice, spits it out. It was spits. And then we have an A, and then an BE in the third and fourth, and there's an R and an M. I could eat rice all the time. I just think it's so good. It's National Maritime Day, created by the United States Congress in 1933. This is a holiday that honors and celebrates the merchant marines. It is also commemorates the first steam-powered transoceanic voyage when the American steamship Savannah set sail from the port of Savannah, Georgia on 1819. What are the Merchant Marines? I had a friend who was part of the Merchant Marines. Very, very interesting. Think of it as the understudy to the Navy. It doesn't get first billing, but it steps in when there's a crisis and saves the day. Even when things are running smoothly, merchant marines are working quietly behind the scenes to help make certain that the show goes on and the U.S. imports and exports get to where they need to go. Today, the celebration of National Maritime Day has expanded to include the entire maritime industry and domestic waterborne commerce, as well as the brave men and women who have dedicated their lives to serving aboard a merchant marine ship. So celebrate these courageous Americans today. National Maritime Day. I forgot all about the merchant marines. And that was from nationaltoday.com. And we are almost as good. We're working pretty good with our celebrations because, yes, the merchant marines were often the unsung heroes of World War II. Lie. Yes. Okay. Oh, so it actually, oh, so that you actually ate lie. It looked like shiny rice. Yes, it is poisonous. That's why I thought it was a mistype. I thought that was a mistype because certainly you yes. So, he said, the old man comes and says, "I can't eat rice when I was little. I can't eat rice. When I was little, I ate lye in it because it looked like shiny rice." Yes, and lye is used to make soap, and it's poisonous, and you're in the hospital for a few days, and they gave you pudding and ice cream. And a good morning, angry Canadian. Just wrapped up your stream. About to post some photos soon. And you are welcome. I enjoyed coming by. I tried to get up at 7 to watch the whole stream, but I was having a rough night and I did not sleep well. But I will watch the replay of it. Um, so awesome. I will be doing that. Remember, I was telling you about the trench run wall art. We were gonna do it this Saturday, but we're going out of town, me and the hubby, for a early birthday present for him. But I will be building it, um, Tuesday and Thursday, 1 PM. I know that's early in the late in the night or early in the morning, but, you can catch the replays of them. It's gonna be really exciting. I took the things out of the box and was looking at them, and I'm going, "Oy vey, this is gonna it's gonna" I'm hoping I can get it done in 2 builds. I'm doing a lot of prep stuff so that, I don't waste time, like, sorting pieces and hunting for them. But yes. But yeah, those are really neat, and it was really neat looking at those books with the, Star Wars minifigures in 'em and how they've changed so much. That was very, very interesting. If you guys ever wanna, see some, uh, neat stuff over there, Star Wars, builds, Lego Star Wars builds, um, it has a great music, um you need to go over there and check out, his channel. It is really, really neat. Um, he talks video games. Let's see what he talks, video games, does music of video games, which is really interesting. Um, builds, just a lot of neat stuff. So go over there and check out his channel. I'm gonna actually put the link in to his stream so you go right to them. But yeah, go over there and check it out. If you haven't subscribed to him, subscribe to him. He's just got some really cool stuff over there. So yes, um, that would be cool. Um, and let's see what we have. Da, da, da. Uh, Snorted Poopa says "Loot fish, dried stockfish that has been brined in lye and soaked to remove the resulting caustic solution. In other words, gross." Yes. Let's see, we have, some hellos and hellos and hellos, and the link to, his streams. Yeah, they're really fun to listen to. I would go over there, check him out. Give him a like, comment on some of his, shows. He is, it's actually his evening now. So, I am sure he is getting a little tuckered after those builds. Sometimes my brain starts hurting doing some builds. I have to focus and chat and everything else. Um, it, thank you, the old man cometh for going over there and subbing to his channel. Check out some of his videos. They're really, really kind of fun. So Amber is that one. Then we have worse. Let's get cross. A lot of these are already done. Um, then we have an S, an A, and then an E with an N and a K. Oh yes. Um, I try to support fellow streamers. I do that. So yes. I'm just a lot of people forget, and also like with you, Anglo Canadian, we're one man show here. We're pretty much doing most of it by ourselves. We have our mods that help and stuff, but a lot of times, I know a lot of them are working and at this time, and so instead of just saying, "Hey, can you do this?" I usually just type it in myself. But haha, yes, I said doo doo. I said doo doo. I mean, I said it again. And then the word is purge. Purge and doo-doo, what can I say? I think we've gotten all our, celebrations done today, so let's just kinda work through to get, um, uh, these words done so we can start doing our birthday celebrations. I've started doing birthday celebrations again. So we have Bauer. Snorter Poopa says, "I get shout outs a lot. Usually, 'Get away from me, you damn dirty bear.'" Aw. Aw. We have force, we have delay, then we have Lynch, lynch, then we have a satar, and then we have an O at the second, an E at the end. Oh, like Star Wars, Rogue One. Rogue One. They put this word in here just for you, angry Canadian, and your Star Wars love. Untie, and then we have the last word, Tiara, tiara. And we have finished our puzzle, and Dadman says, "Oh no, Snorter Poopus, that's not true. The ladies here always after your fur." So yes, we completed the puzzle. Yay! We got a green screen. 40 minutes of game time and 52 minutes of stream time. Our words today are mouse, drawn, curvy, bower, force cable, widen atoll, probe cries, spits, delay, lynch, amber, shack, heave, pluck, dingy, worse, satar, rogue, cross, array, drink, satin, stove, snake, untied, tiara, purge, caved, and 50. Those are our words today. Yay! We solved the puzzle. I'm so proud of you all. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your help on that. And the old man Cummus says the only good Star Wars movie, I believe, what, Rogue One? I'm going to be honest. I am not um a hardcore Star Wars fan. I enjoyed Star Wars, but the nuances and all that, I don't I don't have it. Hubby has got um oh, the information he has about Star Wars in his brain. There's a certain point where I think he quit kind of learning the new facts and stuff because he, got disappointed. But yes, so you guys and your plethora of knowledge is just, ugh, it amazes me. I always joke that I have I have a memory of a steel sieve. Everything just goes out of it. Um, but yes. So let's get all of our pretty stuff back on here, all our movie parts. There we go. We have all the moving parts back. And Snorter Poopa says, I know. I wish they'd change Mink. Chase Mink for a change. And Tita says, don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, please do. Our poll is on Sherlock Holmes actors. I only had room for 4, so I tried to kind of pick a variety. We had Jeremy Brett, Benedict Cumberbatch, Johnny Lee Miller, and Basil Rathbone. Jeremy Britt was in over here in the United States on the PBS station, the mystery show that they did. They had the Sherlock Holmes shown there. Benedict Cumberbatch was Sherlock. Johnny Lee Miller was Elementary, an American TV show that aired here. And Basil Rathbone was the old Sherlock Holmes movies. There were many others I, wanted to put on here, Robert Downey Jr., but they didn't have 5 spaces. So I had to kind of pick and choose who I put in there. So sorry. We have 9 people watching, and we have 10 likes. Thank you very much. Um, so here we go. It is now time for birthday celebrations. I get all my information from famousbirthdays.com. Today is May 22nd. Who was born today? I don't know. Let's find out. We have Naomi Campbell. I need to remove this because I forgot it blocks all the names and I'm not redoing it. Naomi Campbell is a model. She's 54 years old today. She was, started the whole supermodel era. Not just her, but there were other, models too. She was the first Black woman to appear on the covers of Time and Vogue France, and she also hosted a reality show called The Face. So, Naomi Campbell, 54 years old today. And I was looking at pictures, and they do the makeup sometimes where their cheekbones look so, sunk in. Oh, I don't think it's attractive. So I tried to find a nice picture. So Naomi Campbell. And we have Novak Djordjevic. Djordjevic, and he is 36 years old. He's a tennis player from Serbia. He's won 24 Grand Slam single titles. He finished year-end number 1, a record 8 times. In 2011, he won Grand Slam title. Now, see, now I don't understand why he does this all smushy down now, but he's a 6th male tennis player. I wonder if I did this, if it looked different. I'm curious. Nope. Let's let's go back. Oh, nope, not that one. Where'd it go? This one. There we go. 6th male tennis player to do so to win the 3 Grand Slam titles. Novak Djordjevic. And, the old man Cometh says, "I never understood what the point of the sequel trilogy, the prequels, were about. Um, uh, Andy becoming Vader, the originals were the redemption of Vader. What was Disney's overall arc?" And Statman says, "To take Star Wars in their own direction, whatever that is." Yes, that has yes. Then we have Jennifer Goodwin. She's an actress. She's 46 years old. Um, I remember her in as Snow White in Once Upon a Time, and she also played Judy Hopps, the, police bunny in Zootopia. Jennifer Goodwin. Brian Danielson is a wrestler, 40 years old, multiple time WWE champion and also an AEW champion. He was one of the founding fathers, or he's considered one of the founding fathers of Ring of Honor Wrestling. Brian Danielson. I always try to get a wrestler in there. Why? I don't know. Because I think a lot of people like wrestling. Julian Edelman, a football player, 38 years old. He's a wide receiver for the New England Patriots. He was playing okay, let's get this. He won with the team Super Bowls 49, 51, and 53. I can read Roman numerals. He was a Super Bowl 53 MVP. He caught 10 passes for 141 yards. Julian Edelman. Then we have Bernie Taupin. Brian Danielson is out right now due to injuries. The wrestler, yeah. That happens a lot. People think it's fake, but, it might be a little bit orchestrated, to say the least, but, they really are fighting each other there, and there can be injuries. So we have Bernie Taupin, 74 years old today. He collaborated with Elton John on more than 30 albums, and he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1992. Bernie Taupin, songwriter. Sir Laurence Olivier, he was an actor. He died at 82 years old in 1989. He was a premier actor of his generation. He played over 100 roles on stage, and he starred in film versions of Hamlet, Richard III, Henry the Fifth, and I believe Macbeth. I don't understand why those get all messed up like that. I look at them and they look right. And, Edelman is a beast, right, Dad man? You're being asked a question, Dad man, if you hear. Paul Winfield is an actor. He passed away at 64 years old, and, Sir Laurence Olivier played Crassus in Spartacus. I love that look. I love that his face. I love the way it looks. And the dad man is responding that, yes, he definitely is, especially with a good, I believe that's supposed to be quarterback instead of a, yes, because the Q is close to the W on the keyboard. And, Paul Winfield, yes. Paul Winfield, he's done a lot of stuff. I did not put, everything there. Dad man loves Winfield. Um He is, got an he passed away at 64 years old in 2004. He had an Emmy Award for the portrayal of Martin Luther King Jr. in the miniseries King, and he played Captain Clark Terrell in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. So, I know he has done so much more than that. Um, but yes, Paul Winfield. That man is hoping to watch more Canadian football soon. Awesome. Then we have Santana Garrett, a wrestler, 36 years old, known as one of the top 50 professional women wrestlers in the world, and the first woman to hold the Florida Cruiserweight Championship. Yes, he was the cap. Paul Winfield was the captain, police captain in Terminator. Yes, he was. Santana Garrett, 36 years old. And we have Cha Bum-kun, 71 years old. He is a, soccer player. He's a South Korean-born striker. He starred in the German leagues and was the top scorer on the South Korean national team. Um, 71 years old today. And Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, a novelist. He passed away at 70 years old. He's the author of the Sherlock Holmes. And I've gotta figure out why this is messed up like this. He, also wrote poetry, plays, and science fiction works. A fun fact is he tried to kill off Holmes to create free time for himself. That backfired, and that's why we have the one book where I can't remember, he jumps off the, uh, waterfalls, and he's supposed to be dead. But he comes back to life because there was such a, um, outcry from fans, um, so he had to bring him back. I kinda like how they, achieve this kind of part in the book, on the elementary TV show that's here in America is, they ended one season where, "Good night, angry Canadian. You have a wonderful, wonderful, good sleep." Oh, and angry Canadians never seen Canadian football. Laurence Olivier was in the original Clash of the Titans in '81. He was Zeus, and you have a wonderful, wonderful sleep. Thank you so much for coming over and, saying hello. Um, and everybody go over there if you haven't subbed to him and check out his channel. It's a really fun, fun channel, and I hope you have a good night's sleep. Um, in the, elementary version, I think they kinda did this, tried to, this thing where, he tries to come off and he comes back. They ended a season where, uh, Johnny Lee Miller Holmes was a recovering addict, and Watson, played by Lucy Liu, was his, live-in, uh, person to keep him in check. I can't remember what that word is. Um, but at the end of one of these, seasons, um, it was near the end, uh, he has a relapse, and you see him up on the roof sitting in the chair, part of the roof, sitting in a chair, and it looks like, I mean, he's unconscious. You don't know if he's dead or whatever from the, uh, drug overdose. And, you kinda leaves you there and you don't know, and you're like, "Oh, no," and they didn't really say there was gonna be a next season or what, so you're kind of in that, "Oh, no, is he?" And it was a lot like the Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle trying to, get some free time. There was another season and he came back. We also have Hideaki Anno, an animator and director. He is one of Japan's he's 64 years old. He is one of Japan's most revered animators. He worked on Neon Genesis Evangelion, and he won the an I hear my phone, but I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Let me make sure it's nothing important. Um, he also won the Anime Grand Prix in 1990 for Nadia: The Secret of Blue Water. So, yes, we have some goodbyes to, Angry Canadian, and Dadman says, "Tina has been kind enough to send me a lot of Canadian football lately, some cool stuff." So, Hideki Hidekai Anno. So, 64 years old today. And we have Dustin Moskovich, 40 years old. He is one of the 4 co-founders of Facebook, and he was played by Joseph Mazzello in The Social Network. Uh, I think, if I remember, he was kind of the one that got the, how it worked on phones better and things like that. He did a lot techie stuff. So, Dustin Moskovich. And we have Al Simmons, a baseball player. He passed away at 54 years old in 1956. He was an outfielder for 20 seasons, a three-time MLB star, 2,927 career hits, and won 2 World Series titles with the Philadelphia Athletics. So Al Simmons, a baseball player, um, that passed away at 54 years old. That is all our birthdays today, everybody. It is 1 hour and 11 minutes into the show, 11:11 in my neck of the woods, which is the East Coast of the United States. And let's check the poll real quick before we go to the memes. Let's see, how is the poll? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, poll? We have, I like this, Sherlock Holmes actor best. Basil Rathbone is in first. Benedict Cumberbatch second. Jeremy Brett and Johnny Lee Miller are in third with 10 votes. We have 7 watching. We have at least 10 likes. Thank you guys very, very much for that. Yes, in the books, he fell over the edge of a waterfall while fighting Moriarty. Yep, and they wanted them both dead so that he didn't have to write these books anymore because they were taking up all his time. Um, but that didn't happen. He had to come back. And so I'm sure I'm sure Sir Arthur Conan Doyle had a love-hate relationship with his character. Um, because, obviously it gave him fame and a job, but it also, like it said, it took over his life. And he had to keep thinking of, you know, not just writing a book, but having to have clues and having to have things that kind of made sense and everything else. And Snorterpoopus does not like Benzedril Clumper Bottom. That's okay. You don't need to. Nobody has to like everybody. That's perfectly, perfectly okay. Well, since it is Sherlock Holmes Day, yes, we are doing something meaningful with Sherlock Holmes. Loved original COT. I don't know what COT is. You probably, as soon as you tell me, I'll go, okay. But Dadman says he loves the original cot. I don't know what cot is. Help me out, honey. Help me out. So something meaningful. Yes, we are doing Sherlock Holmes memes today. And yes, they will have a Benzedril Clumper Bottom in some of those memes. And I apologize for that, but it is what it is. You take what you can find on the internet. We have the dumbassery is afoot, Watson. Oh, Clash of Titans. And the old man comma says the funny thing is that he wanted to write historical novels. Yes. Oh, COT is Clash of Titans. I'm not, gotta help me. I'm not supposed to remember but yes, the dumbassery is afoot, Watson. That's almost every time I open up Twitter or Twix or anything, you see the dumbassery everywhere. Where do you suppose all the little children have gone to this fall, Holmes? Elementary, my dear Watson. I think that's funny. I want you to kill my husband, but make it look like an accident. I got it. Sherlock Holmes. Apparently, the killer beat him to death with a crowbar and placed a banana peel on the floor by the body. Yes, that's making it look obvious, isn't it? Uh, Wake up, the sun has risen. And what do you want me to do? Photosynthesis? Oh, if I didn't have to get up in the morning. If I could be a total night person, I would love it. But, there's too much stuff that I have to do during the day that, it doesn't work. I loved it when I worked, overnights and I got to sleep during the day. I one time worked Christmas Eve, and I hadn't gotten any presents, and I went to a 24-hour grocery store when they used to have 24-hour grocery stores, and I bought all my Christmas presents in the grocery store. Everybody got something, like, my dad loved I think I got my dad peanuts because he liked peanuts. I got my sister olives because she liked olives. Everybody got, obviously, food items. But I wrapped them up real pretty before I went to bed. It was either the Christmas Eve or a couple days before. It was Christmas week, I do know for sure. Yes. Sherlock Holmes when he sees a molecule of dust in a crime scene. Ah, yes. It's all coming together. Um, I I do too, and then it's like I'll have trouble, and then all of a sudden one day it'd be like, "Okay, I'm going to bed," and it's like 9 o'clock, and I sleep till the next morning. Um, but that rarely happens. So, yes, Sherlock Holmes, I see that hair on your jacket. I can tell that, you strangled your whoever, with a silk cord. Um, yeah, no. 2 Sherlocks, 2 Watsons, all are in Marvel. Hmm, interesting. For what that's worth. Snortopoopa says, "I have, oh, mad snoozing skills. Oh, I wish." And Penny says to Mr. and Mrs. Dadman, "Had breakfast with my grandson today. He was crying for grandma when they left." Oh, that's sad, but kinda happy at the same time that he loves you so much. It's kind of one of those bittersweet things. I remember when, Sherlock not so Sherlock. I remember when one of the first times we took our kids to, Sunday school when they were real little. And, all the parents or their kids are crying, they don't wanna leave and all that stuff. We took our kids to the door, they walked in, didn't look back. It was like, "Okay, I raised you well," but, oh, I was terribly sad at the same time. I wanted them to, like, come back and say, goodbye," or something, but no, they just went in and did their thing. It was like, oh, I felt so sad that day. My kids at the age of 5 had grown up. Oh, goodness. I'm not a detective, but I suspect that my dog groomer might be dropping acid. Oh, that's so ugly. No, no, no. I am not insulting you. I'm describing you. I am going to have to use this line. I love this line. Holmes, the suspect is a red haired, left handed Norwegian with a pronounced limp. Watson, amazing. How did you know that? Holmes, it's elementary, my dear Watson. I read the script. Yes. Yes. We have some hellos back and forth there. Oh, I don't know how many of these I have. I don't let me see what the last one is. can't tell. And yes, this is not just Ben Cumberbatch, but all of them. I don't always die, but when I do, I don't. So true. It's a clue. What do we do now? It's Blue's Clues, it's Blue's Clues. What is I'm gonna open up my notebook. It's the 3rd clue. I'll write it in my notebook. It's Blue's Clues, it's Blue's Clues. And now I sit in my thinking chair and think, think. I don't know all the words to the song, but it's Blue's Clues. I love this meme. Damn it, Sherlock, shoot them. I love the placement of these movie posters. Oh, yes, and we have Miss Martin Muses. Hello to you. I hope you are well this morning. I am not a Twilight fan, so, I just thought this was funny. I had to look at it for a second, and but, yes. When in doubt, who am I kidding? I'm never in doubt. Sherlock Holmes, the most confident person in the world. This is the last one. Talk to the hand, because the rest of me can barely tolerate your existence. Oh, I do feel like that sometimes. I just wanna go to people and go, "Just yeah, this is all that can handle you right now is the hand." But yes, the arrogance of Sherlock Holmes. So those are our memes today. Sherlock Holmes, celebrating Sherlock Holmes Day, and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's birthday today. So I hope you enjoyed them. Yes, Tina, that's why I sometimes hide in my cave. Yes, I try to hide in my cave, but Dadman is not a introvert, and he is like, "Let's go out, let's go talk to people, let's go do stuff," and I'm like, "Ugh." Best movie riff on Holmes, Sean Connery as Brother William of Baskerville in The Name of the Rose. I like that movie, The Name of the Rose. Um, yes, yes, an homage, yes. Uh, so everybody, I thank you all for being here. It's a 1:24 into the show, which means it is 11:24 in my neck of the woods. If you have not voted in the poll, vote in our poll. It looks like there was some change. Yes, we have 11 votes now. I'm going to go through my, like I say, my descent back into the real world, and then I will close out the poll. And Dadman says, hey, you're still here, Tina. Thanks again for the CFL talk. Have I seen Without a Clue with Ben Kingsley and Michael Caine? Yes, I have, but I will honestly tell you I don't remember a lot about it. I also liked Young Sherlock Holmes. I liked that movie when Sherlock Holmes was a teenager. That was a really good Sherlock Holmes. I enjoyed it. I wish I could remember. I believe it was a comedy, if I remember correctly. Um, but I can't remember a lot of I vaguely remember about it. And Snowderpuss, I think I'm going to surprise everyone by rebetting myself. Yeah, no surprise there. But yes, Team Park streamers, um, if you would like to um, oh, what did I just do? That's what I meant to do. Sorry. Trying to talk and do something at the same time. If you would like to support them, you can go over to www.chalkwalk.org/park streamers. They have raised $4,901 of their $5,000 goal. Go over there if you can either share their link or support them financially. That would be wonderful. And yes, the case isn't solved until I say it is solved. Yes. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., I'm going to be building the bald eagle. That will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Also, next week, I will be doing the Death Star Trench Run wall art. I opened the box and looked at it, and the pieces are small, and there is 10 squares. So you do a panel. There's like 10 panels, and then you put them together. Um, so my goal is to do 5 panels on the 28th and 5 panels on the 30th. We will see if that happens. The boxes really aren't separated by panel. So I bought some little bins and I'm going to put the pieces for each step in to help maybe. Yes, yes. Okay, I am remembering it now. Ben Kingsley was Watson, who is actually the genius, and Michael Caine was an actor who was forced who was the face of the character Sherlock Holmes because no one took Watson seriously as a detective. Yes, I remember that. Mhm. Thank you. I was gonna look and see if I actually had the movie, and I was saying, "Well, maybe I can watch it." So yes, I'm gonna try to do 5 panels on Tuesday and the other 5 panels on the Thursday. We will see how that goes, won't we? I also have impromptu build streams. If I don't get the stuff done, I might be doing an impromptu build stream. We'll see. And they're called Blocking Out the Boredom. I post on Twix and Threads when I am going to be doing them. So follow me on these social medias, so that you can stay informed. My morning musings with Mrs. Dadman Walking 55, your daily dose of positivity, Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. Um, to let you guys know, there will be no morning musings on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday because we are going to be doing a little vacay, me and the hubby, down to Orlando. We might try to do some kind of streams maybe in the evening. We will see how that goes, and maybe a drive stream on the way home on Monday, but there will not be a morning musings stream per se. So I will miss you guys for those 3 days, but it much needed vacay, and it will be an early celebration for hubby's birthday. So yes. If you'd like to support me, I am not monetized on YouTube. So if you'd like to support me financially, you can go to Ko-fi.com, Mrs. DadmanWalking55, no punctuation. And you can support me with either a daily donation or a monthly one. A one time, not daily, a one time donation or a monthly one. You can also send me gifts on throne.com. It's a privacy list where I don't know your personal information and you don't know mine. The address is still the same, Mrs. Dadman Walking 55. You can mail stuff to us at our P.O. Box address. Um, you can check out our info section on YouTube and Twitch to find out um, that address. Dadman's birthday's coming up, so if you'd like to send him a birthday card, you can send him a card at this address. You can send Ang, my youngest, who is a Twitch streamer, also stuff at this address, as well as me. My streams and VODs, YouTube is at Mrs.DadmanWalking, Twitch, Mrs.DadmanWalking, no punctuation, no numbers. And if you'd like to get reminders, you have to follow me on Twix at MDadmanWalking. My threads is at Mrs.DadmanWalking55 with no punctuation. And Dadman says, I have not seen that movie. And Tina says, "Let me know, Dad, if I become an annoying dragon about things like the CFL or whatever." And Dadman's like, "LOL. I tell people the same thing if I feel like I talk too much. No, you're good. I'm enjoying it. It's a nice distraction." And Dadman is thanking everyone who tweeted out the stream today. Yes, thank you very much for that. Let's check our poll. We have 11 votes. I'm going to end the poll. And the winner is Basil Rathbone with, I believe, 64%. Where are you at? Come on. It's not gonna pop up. Let me reload this so I can excuse me, see the results. Basil Rathbone, 63%, Benedict Cumberbatch, 18, Jeremy Brett, 9, and Johnny Lee Miller, 9. So Basil Rathbone is our favorite Sherlock Holmes. So excellent, very good, and thank you all for showing up today in the chat, participating, lurking, or just enjoying the show. I appreciate each and every one of you, whether I know you're here or not. Um, I thank you. So now, guess what time it is? It's time for me to say goodbye. It is 11:32 in my neck of the woods, which is the East Coast of the United States, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you next time. Remember to be kind, to show love, and that you're not promised tomorrow. So go to bed each night with no regrets. And most of all, I wish you peace. You guys have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it is in your neck of the woods. And you guys have a great day. Bye bye.